Shri Ram students, welcome back. Hope you all safe at home. Last class we studied about a well-known patriot, Bhagat Singh. Today we will discuss about a famous personality. Do you know who I am talking about? Yes students, see this picture. Can you identify this photo? Yes, this is the great personality, none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. You already know about him. He is a great scientist, an engineer, a professor, former president of our country, a great author, a good human being, and also he was called as the Missile Man of India. Students, let's know about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His full name is Aul Fakir Jainul Abidin Kalam. His parents, he is the son of Jainul Abidin and Ashiam. He was born at Dhanushkodi near Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. He started his school education at Ramanathapuram. After his school education, he joined to Madras Institute of Technology. After completing education, he went to ISRO and worked there. He was responsible for so many satellites in ISRO. Kalam wrote so many books. Some of the books are Ignited Minds, Beyond 2020, My Journey, and his autobiography is Wings of Fire. It was translated into so many languages. Students, he loves to talk children. Kalam was awarded with so many honors. The greatest awards like Bharat Ratna in the year 1997, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, and also one other awards like Indira Gandhi Award, etc. See, last lecture at Shillong by Sir Kalam. While lecturing, Sir got heart pain and collapsed at once. He was admitted to the hospital, but he lost his breath. That is on 27th July 2015. So, we lost a great person of India. See, students, today we will discuss about the lesson To My Countrymen. This is written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. This is an extract from Kalam's book Ignited Minds. By this book, Kalam thought give message to the youth of India, and at the same time, Kalam spoke about the power of imagination. Students, before going to the lesson, let's know about new words or glossary words. See, to my countrymen means a person who lives in the country. Imagination, forming new ideas. Substance, a particular kind of matter with uniform properties. Focus, center of attention, giving attention. Mission, an important assignment or important work. Relevant, closely connected. Organization, a group of people with a particular purpose. Group of people gathered for a particular purpose is called as organization. I isolated, far away from other places or remote places, integrated, united, or coherent, affordable, inexpensive. Perpetuate, may continue indefinitely or keep going. Dwell upon, think or talk about something. Reverberate, echo or repeat. Nurture, help, a plan or develop. Daw, mark with a small spot. Ally, a selected group that is superior in terms of ability or quality. Superior, that is in terms of superiors. Core, the most important work. Multifaceted, having many facets. Ignite, active or burn. Okay students, these are the meanings of the new words. You must study the meaning and use them in your own sentences. Okay children, now look at your textbook. I am going to read the text. Listen carefully. Say, listen. To my countryman, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Read on. The following is an extract from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's book, Ignited Minds. Let us read the extract and understand this message to the youth of India. All through this book, I have spoken about the power of imagination. It lies at the heart of the creative process and it is the very substance of life, allied as it is to the power to attract to us what we most desire. This power makes all the difference between the winners and the losers. I would like to see in 20 years a literary and poverty-free India. I dream of an India governed by noble leaders. I dream of a system where the work of scientists and technologists is focused on specific missions driven by goals relevant to the common man. How is this dream to be made real? Dear learner, how can Dr. Abdul Kalam's dream be realized? See next. We need to realize that missions are always bigger than organization. Just as organizations are always bigger than the individuals who run them. Missions need effort and the mind provides the purpose. See, this way consider which department or ministry will take man to Mars and build a habitat there. Can megawatts of electric power be generated by isolated effort in thermal, hydroelectric, nuclear and non-conventional sectors without an integrated effort? Can the second green revolution happen without agricultural scientists, biotechnologists and irrigation experts working together? Without proper diagnostic facilities in clinics and affordable drugs reaching our masses, our biotechnology laboratories and medical councils will continue to perpetuate each other's survival without serving the purpose of their existence. To set in a place the most advanced medical facilities and make these available to the people at the reasonable price. I have dwelt upon my own experiences that made me aware of the energy field which is created by a vision. It is a power that arises from deep within you. This power is the basis for the movement towards excellence we saw at the time of independence. I have been touched by this power on many occasions while facing a challenge. Pre-independence India reverberated with it. It helped us humble a mighty empire. Jamshedji Naseerwanji Tata brought the steel industry to India even though the British rulers were not favorably disposed to the idea. Acharya P.C. Ray nurtured the chemical and pharmaceutical industries. We saw the birth of many great institutions like the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, started by J.M. Tata, the Banaras Hindu University established by Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, and Aligarh Muslim University set up by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Some of the progressive Maharajas too set up universities as in Baroda. There are many examples. In all these cases, the motivation was to see India come up in the world, to demonstrate that India can do it. Now, students try to read it. Students, now let's look at about these content. Whatever I read, we will see what is there inside that paragraphs. Before going to that, two more paragraphs are there. Are we in a position to continue that work, revive that spirit of enterprise? Shall we ever see cars designed and manufactured in India dotting the roads in Frankfurt or Seoul? Or Indian satellite launch vehicles place communication, weather and remote sensing satellites of other nations in orbit? Or see India build power station for USA or Japan or China? The responsibility will remain remote if we stay with the present trend of low aim. Today, we are witnessing good progress in the software sector, but almost all of the hardware is imported. Can we raise higher on the value scale here? Can India design an operating system that will become a household name in the world of computers? Our experts consist to a large extent of low-value raw materials such as iron ore or aluminum. Can we not convert these into a wide range of products that find an international market? We have hundreds of defense production industries, but why does India not manufacture and market the main battle tanks, missiles, aircrafts, guns and other defense equipment? We have the most important core competencies in the form of multifaceted manpower and basic infrastructure. What is it that we don't have? Learner, what are your responses to Dr. Kalam's question? What is it that we don't have? Now, students, read it. After the class, you must read it carefully. That's why I told you to listen carefully. Students, now we go through these paragraphs. What is there inside these paragraphs? Students, here Dr. Abdul Kalam is the speaker. In this lesson, he has spoken about the power of imagination. Power of imagination is related to creative thinking. This power makes the difference between the winners and the losers. Those who uses this power of imagination in their life, they will succeed in their life. Without proper planning or without plan, they will not go to success. They will lose. That is the difference between winners and the losers. Dr. Abdul Kalam's dream, while reading about his dream, we can understand how highly he thinking of, or he did not give importance to his personal desire. See, while dreaming, he thought about his nation. Such a great person is Dr. Kalam. Abdul Kalam's dream was to see literate and poverty-free India in 2020 or in 2020. And also he dreamt of an India ruled by noble leaders. We should go forward with qualified leaderships. He dreamed of a system of where the work of scientists, technologists are focused on specific missions driven by goals relevant to a common man. Abdul Kalam is asking with us, how can we make this dream come true? For this, we need three things to realize. What are they? Individuals, organization, and mission. See, students, observe these three things. These are interrelated. If we must reach a particular goal, we should depend on organization. Organization is depending on individuals. So, which is bigger? Dr. Kalam sir is asking, which one is great? Should we give importance for individuals or organization, or should we think mission is bigger? So, which one is bigger? Can we differentiate? Yes, he is telling mission is bigger while comparing with organization and mission. Means we must give importance to achieve the goal, not for individuals. Whatever we are going to do, its uses for all people, not for individually. And also, APJ Abdul Kalam questioning you, which department can take you to Mangalyaan? Which department? Reaching Mangalyaan is not an easy task for us. There are some departments are related to this work, like ministry, other departments or ISRO. So, if these efforts together they have to work, ministry, other departments or ISRO, so can reach the goal and succeed easily. What we have to understand here, integrated effort is essential, or teamwork is necessary to achieve goal. So, using Mangalyaan example, Kalam sir said about the integrated effort with us, or what group work or teamwork is essential, he is telling about this. Now see, the second green revolution. Second green revolution, if we achieve this revolution, in our nation would be dignified as a developed country. For reach this, what is essential? Only agricultural work is enough? Or scientist efforts are enough? No. Biotechnologists, irrigation experts, scientists should work together for this. Throughout this lesson, Kalam sir is speaking about the power of imagination as well as the integrated effort or teamwork. We should be aware the power we have within ourselves. It is there in every individual. How can we come to know about our power? This power is the only secret of success that we have seen at the time of independence. We can observe this power as a strong willpower, a strong desire to get freedom from British. That time it's very difficult, but also with strong willpower we got freedom. Many freedom fighters, common people sacrificed their lives for the sake of our nation. Patriotic feeling, unity, work together behind with this willpower. So we got the independence what we are here enjoying. Now see, Kalam sir giving examples of famous personalities. For example, Jamshedji Naseerwanji Tata or J.N. Tata, who brought the steel industry to India, nobody gave favor to him to dispose to idea during British rule. He also started Indian Institute of Science. Acharya P.C. Ray nurtured chemical and pharmaceutical industries. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan set up Aligarh Muslim University in India. Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya established the Banaras Hindu University. How these personalities work for the success? What is their power? See, only motivation behind this progress was to see India come up in the world, not for earn money. By their effort, they prove that India can do it. We should make our India self-dependent in all aspects, not for depending with foreign countries. So, by this, India can be achieved as a developed nation. By mentioning this, Sir Kalam is telling us in every step we take the responsibility. Should we make our country India proud? Whatever we do, we should make our country proud. Here, our beloved Kalam sir is questioning that are we all sailing in the same spirit? Sir is asking with us, are we sailing in the same spirit? Students, you must think about this. APJ Abdul Kalam sir is asking, don't we have spirit of entrepreneurship? We don't have entrepreneurship or entrepreneur? Can't we manufacture India routing roads or like Frankfurt or Seoul? Or can we make Indian satellite launch vehicles? Or are we build power station for USA or Japan? No, we are not giving effort. Whether Indian made products to be used by the people of the world, whether India is competing in the science field or construction field, he feels that possibility will remain more if we stay present in of low aim. Low aim is a crime, means we cannot reach the goal without going this way. We have to give efforts. Today, we are witnessing good progress, excellent progress in software. but hardware is imported. We are developing to other country by importing the hardware. Here also sir asking, can we raise higher on the value this of the scale? Again he says, can we design our own operating system? See, we are importing goods from other countries and exporting raw materials. While exporting raw materials but importing by giving high value, exporting irons and alumina in a large range. Again, sir asking with us, can we make India as an international market? Can we produce materials here? We have raw materials, but why we are not thinking about production? Why we are importing things from other countries? He is asking with us. We have hundreds of defense production industries, but we are not making battle tanks and missiles, aircrafts, guns and other defense equipments. If we make these things, we can earn lots of money, or we can save our money after manufacturing, and we can import these things to other countries also. We have the most important core competency in the form of our multifaceted manpower basis of infrastructure. Kalam sir is saying about ourselves, our willpower. Sir saying that we have most important work, we have courage, and we have multi-talented and a good manpower, and also basic raw materials are all available, but also we are not manufacturing things, or things we are not making any necessary things. All essential things are there, but also we are not giving effort. For that, sir is asking, what is it that we don't have? We have many things, but also we are not efforting. So, asking with us, Sir Kalam is asking with us, what is that we don't have? We have to think, children. Students, till here, is it clear? Okay, good. Now, I want to check your understanding. Let's answer the following questions. See the first question, what are bigger than organization? Next one, what do the missions need? Third one, what can be achieved by working together? Students, try to tell the answer for these questions. Okay. And the first one is, mission is the answer. What are bigger than organization? Missions are bigger than organization. What do the mission need? Mission needs efforts and purpose. What can be achieved by working together? Missions can be achieved by working together. Now, let's move on. Home assignment, students. Answer the following questions. Ignited Mind is written by Dash. What, according to Dr. Kalam, is important in life to become a winner? What is Dr. Kalam's view on a good progress we have made in the software sector? What will happen if we have a low aim? Students, try to answer these questions in your notebook. For answering this, you must read the lesson 3 or 4 times and write it in your notes and send it to your teachers. Students, now try to collect the book Ignited Minds and read it. In this book, Sir Kalam written his views about our country, his dreams about the country. After reading, share it with your teachers. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.